Welcome to Arkwood Sports Episode 3. Quick update, if you didn't see the video on my channel, Arkwood Sports is now strictly going to be a podcast, and I'm going to be using the main channel to create more, I wouldn't say quality, but more edited videos that take a little longer to make. I will be posting the podcast on YouTube, so if you're on YouTube, you can watch it there. And so that was just a quick update. NFL draft, we're going to be talking about that a lot. Right now, we're in the middle of the third round as of the time of this recording. I'm going to try to get it out before midnight tonight, but I don't know, maybe I will, maybe I won't. But let's talk about the draft, because it's been a very interesting thing so far. You started with the first overall pick, Kyler Murray. I think that was the right pick for Cliff Kingsbury, because, when you get a new head coach, you gotta do what he wants, because if you gotta put him in the best situation, and I think Kyler Murray, his style of play puts Cliff Kingsbury in the best situation possible to succeed. Moved to the second overall pick, Nick Bosa. In my opinion, the best player in the draft. A lot of people would think that. Well, not best. We'll say most complete. I love his game. He's going to be playing opposite of D. Ford. Well, I forgot to mention position. You see, I wasn't very prepared for this. I'll get better as we go along, but and then Quentin Williams went third overall, the defensive tackle out of Alabama. He is going to be a monster next to Leonard Williams. And then fourth overall, first real, I wouldn't say, he was a surprise. I wouldn't say it was as big of a reach as some people would. The Oakland Raiders took Cleveland Phil, fourth overall, out of Clemson. He is a defensive end. I think he is better than a lot of people do. I think he was really underrated. I think he's going to be a great player in the NFL. And, he's the pass rush that's going to have to replace Khalil Mack. And that's a hard task, but I think he might be up to it. Fifth overall pick, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers selected Devin White, linebacker out of LSU. He replaces Quan Alexander. Athletic freak. Flies all over the field. Is going to be a great playmaker in the Todd Bowles defense. Sixth overall pick. I believe this is the worst pick in the draft. The New York Giants selecting Daniel Jones, quarterback at Duke. We'll talk more about that later. Seventh overall, the Jacksonville Jaguars selected Josh Allen, outside linebacker out of Kentucky. The eighth overall pick, the Detroit Lions would select T.J. Hawkinson, tight end out of Iowa. Ninth overall pick, Ed Oliver, defensive tackle out of Houston. He's going to Buffalo. In my opinion, he was the best player. He was the best player in the draft, had the most upside. And the 10th overall pick, the Steelers traded up with the Denver Broncos to get Devin Bush, linebacker out of Michigan. So, let's talk about each play. Well, not each play. I want to talk about a lot. But let's talk about some of the interesting picks. And I think it starts at number 6 with Daniel Jones. Remember going into the draft, Dave Gettleman was all like, yeah, we're going to take the best player available. Who's number one on the board, and apparently Daniel Jones was, I don't know, maybe it was a smokescreen, but I don't know. I feel like you could have got him at 17. The only two threats were Denver and Washington, and Washington was dead set on Dwayne Haskins. And, Denver traded out. Miami was going to take a defensive tackle. So, you didn't really have to worry about them. I just think it was a reach. I think Drew Lock was a better player. I think Dwayne Haskins was obviously better. I think even Will Grier might have been a better quarterback prospect, in my opinion. I'm not an expert. I'm not going to be claim to be one. But just based off what I saw at each of them, like from games I have seen, it's based off like mechanics and things like that, and decision making, how they read progressions and all of that. Some other notable picks. So I'm not gonna try and bash Daniel Jones too much. And as you might have heard me stumble by accidentally saying it early, let's talk about some other notable first round picks. Dwayne Haskins going 15th overall to the Washington Redskins. Another noticeable pick would be Josh Jacobs going 24th overall to the Oakland Raiders. Noah Fant going 20th overall to the Denver Broncos. Jeffrey Simmons going 19th overall to the Tennessee Titans. Anything else? Hollywood Brown going to the Baltimore Ravens at pick 25, among others. And, it was a really interesting first round. I really thought Dwayne Haskins going 15 was a perfect situation for the Redskins. I think they finally got their franchise QB. I think he's going to be a really, really fun player. And, there are guys that didn't go in the first round today as well. Of course, yesterday. I'm recording it tonight in the middle of day 2. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm late. But Greedy Williams, DK Metcalf, AJ Brown, who else? Oh, Byron Murphy, Nasir Adderley, they all are good. They all went today. A little bit later than I thought they would, actually. Jawan Taylor's another guy. I thought Jawan Taylor was going to go top 7. And it turns out he didn't. At the time of this recording, I believe that certain players got picked. Oh, and we're going to put all that to the side for a second because Josh Rosen just got traded to the Dolphins, who are my team. The Miami Dolphins are my team, and I think it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait. I think we knew Josh Rosen was gonna get traded. Sorry guys, I'm trying to find some of these second round picks from where they went. I think but back to Josh Rosen, I think he's going to be a great player for us. I think strong arm guy, but let's talk. We'll talk about him later. That just popped up for me. Let's talk about some noticeable second round picks. So the second round started with the Arizona Cardinals selecting Byron Murphy, a cornerback out of Washington, and then the Colts followed up with Rocky Sin, the quarterback at Temple, and the Jacksonville Jaguars traded up to select Jawan Taylor with the 3rd pick in the second round, which I think is amazing considering the player I thought he would be. And Taylor was a guy who I thought was going to go. Something I'll talk about something else later. I saw something about Doug Baldwin. I'll talk about that tomorrow. But back to Jawan Taylor. Jawan Taylor, I thought he was going to go 7th overall. Turns out he's not. Now they get him and Josh Allen. That might be the best draft I've seen so far. And then other noticeable players going, Drew Lock going 42nd overall to the Denver Broncos. It looks like might be the QB of the future there. Greedy Williams going 46th overall to the Cleveland Browns. He's going to form a great cornerback tandem with one of my favorite cornerbacks in the NFL in Denzel Ward. And then AJ Brown went 51st overall to the Tennessee Titans. I think he will pair nicely next to a guy like Corey Davis. anyone else. Irv Smith Jr. went 51st overall to the Minnesota Vikings. I think it's clear that they were probably going to let Kyle Rudolph walk after the season, with Irv Smith Jr. coming in. Another great player, in my opinion, that got picked up late was Cody Ford, who was the 38th overall pick. I thought he was a first-round talent. I had him going 11 to the Bengals. Turns out he falls, and the Buffalo Bills, they're making moves, man. They got we'll see if they got anyone else, but Ed Oliver, Cody Ford. I think that's it right now, so far at least. Miles Sanders. The Chargers. Let's talk about Miles Sanders before we talk about the Chargers. They got J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. The Eagles got J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. I'm sorry, guys. It's late right now, but we're gonna pull through. We'll pull through, guys. The Eagles, they got J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Miles Sanders. The Chargers steal Nasir Adderley, and now he will be able to form a great duo with one of the best young safeties in football in Derwin James, and they should be a force for years to come. Miles Sanders, alright, I mentioned him. But yeah, I'm going to talk about Josh Rosen now. Josh Rosen, to me, is kind of reminds me a bit of Matt Ryan and Jared Goff. He's not that athletic, but he stands inside the pocket. He'll make the throws. Doesn't really like to move around, but I think if we improve our offensive line, he'll be fine. I really can't say much about him right now. It's just hard, cause he had 1 year, but we don't know if it was because he sucked or if it was because the team around him was just horrible. But we'll see about that. Another noticeable player, DK Metcalf, last pick of the first round. I think this is really low for him. I understand his three-cone role was bad, but he's a deep threat. And I thought he was gonna go like 26, or I thought maybe the Seahawks would take him, but they grabbed him in the late second. Sorry guys. The only way I had some lemon chicken pasta for dinner. So I'm a little sleepy, but we'll pull through. I love the draft. I think it's a great. But we also have some serious topics to talk about, and this one. It's really a sensitive topic for me, and it's Tyreek Hill. And I feel like I need to talk about this a little bit. Not completely, but at least touch on it, because it is a big elephant in the room right now, and I don't think he's going to be playing in the NFL anytime soon, and rightfully so. I thought what he did back in college was horrific, but we've seen players who have done similar things get that second chance. And I thought he was on the up and up, staying out of trouble, and it was bad enough that it was already bad enough that he was a kid, which I would never condemn anyone to do. Hitting a child is just plain, and breaking his arm even. There's no word to describe what that is, but all you know is how horrible it is. And then what he said to his wife, it's just horrible. I just wanted to touch on it. I don't stand by this at all. And I was a huge Tyreek Hill fan. I'll always be a fan of his highlights and what he was able to do on the field. But off the field, there are few words that I feel are appropriate to describe what he did. And none of them are good. But, we'll let the law figure that situation out. But I don't think he'll be in football anytime soon. And it sucks because he's a great player, but, no matter how great of a player you are, in my opinion, and this is my belief, that no matter how great of a player you are, if you do something that's horribly wrong and inhumane, you do not deserve to be on the gridiron. Moving on to other topics. Let's talk about my favorite players in the draft. I just wanted to touch on the Tyreek Hill thing because I saw a bunch of notifications came up on my phone about it. It was on the screen for the draft. They were talking about it, and I just felt like I need to talk about it. But let's talk about my favorite picks in the draft. I loved the A.J. Brown pick. I loved the Josh Jacobs pick when he went 24th overall to the Oakland Raiders. I love the Ed Oliver pick. Ed Oliver was my favorite player in the draft. And let's get into my predictions for offensive and defensive rookie of the year. My offensive rookie of the year is between two. And those two players are Josh Jacobs, the running back for the Oakland Raiders, and Kyler Murray, the quarterback for the Arizona Cardinals. I'm leaning a little more towards Kyler Murray. I think he's probably the favorite going into this season. I can see him throwing around like anywhere between 3,000 to 4,000 yards, about 20 touchdowns to like 8 picks, and maybe rushing for about maybe 500 to 700 rushing yards, or 3 to 5 rushing TDs. I think he's going to have a game-breaking year. But I think Josh Jacobs can as well. Josh Jacobs reminds me a lot of Alvin Kamara. And as the lead back, Alvin Kamara was doing some special things in New Orleans. And I think Josh Jacobs could do the same thing. I really think highly of him. Defensive rookie of the year, I have it between Devin White. Who else? Between Devin White, Devin Bush, Nick Bosa, and Brian Burns, who I think if Nick Bosa and Brian Burns will be in there if they get double-digit sacks. But I just think Devin Bush and Devin White are just going to be highly productive linebackers. And I think it'll be the second year in a row that a linebacker wins Defensive Rookie of the Year. Favorite pick, Josh Jacobs pick. And then least favorite pick, the Daniel Jones pick. Oh, wow. That just came up. Just came up that Doug Baldwin may have played his last down in the NFL. That's interesting. So, yeah, guys. Thank you for watching episode 3. This will be up on on my YouTube channel. Will be on Spotify. If you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe for more. I'm trying to get a podcast out every day. It's going to be a challenge, but I think I might be able to do it. And if you're on Spotify, follow me. And if you're on Apple Podcast, and this is up on Apple Podcast by the time you see it, please subscribe and leave a review, leave a rating for it. So guys, I really am going to enjoy this. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Arkwood Sports. That is at ARKWOOD SPOOTS, Arkwood Sports. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I did. Maybe I'll catch you around for episode 4, where we will begin to talk about things other than the draft. Have a good night, guys.